Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing today? Welcome to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Listen, I'm going to talk about the stock market, and I had things prepared for my inspiration, but I'm a little shaken this morning. I'm going to try to show you guys this video of what just happened. I'm on this road doing about 40 miles an hour. And I'm just thinking anywhere from 35 to 40 miles an hour. I think it was like 35. And I'm heading towards the sun. I'm going to get to the stocks, but I'm heading towards the sun is in my eye, and there's a car behind me, and I see what looks like a cardboard. You just shadow laying in the street. Well, as I approach, it's a person, a full-grown person. Now, I could have I was milliseconds away from running this person over, not knowing that it was a person. It looked like a piece of cardboard. And we got some things to talk about. I'm gonna go into these stocks for a minute, and then we got more important things to talk about. All right, so this week, guys, it was a roller coaster of a week. All right. It was a roller coaster of a week. Up and down, up and down. On Friday, I let my money movers know. Money Moves is the second link below. That's where people follow my plays, right? And not just follow my plays. Sometimes I've been pretty accurate on market direction. Like sometimes the money you don't put at risk is the money that you save. But anyway, I said, watch out for reversals in the pre-market, and then watch out for reversals of reversals. So we had an up. So we started out negative, then we go positive and went up real high positive, then negative, and then we wind up going positive again. It was one of those crazy roller coaster days. And mainly because we had these Fed people that are members of the Fed. Some are Fed governors. And they're all speaking. It's like they're going on a Fed tour speaking. We had 4 before Friday that spoke, and they were hawkish, meaning that they were against any future rate cuts right now, and some of them was against the October rate cuts. And which is interesting because we have September data as it pertains to jobs, but we don't have October. And so they're saying that inflation could be rearing its ugly head back up. And that's the kind of the baseline of what all of them are saying. And then we had, I believe it was Williams. Okay. So on Friday, we have Bostic, I believe her name is. But anyway, she's a Fed, one of the Fed governors. And she said, she was sounding hawkish, but hers was more measured. So the market goes down midday. And then I believe it was Williams, Fed Williams. He says he supports a rate cut, and he supports the past rate cut. He supports another rate cut in December, right? And so then the market bottoms out, goes back up. Fact of the matter is I still don't trust this market. So you have all of these other Fed come out, which I think is a coordinated event from the Fed, from the Office of the Federal Reserve. It's called Jawboning. I believe that was on purpose. Then you have one that says, I'm behind the rate cut, and then the whole market goes up. And I can just tell you right now, if you're not watching, not just charts. So sometimes I always say that you got to get your head out of the charts and see what's going on fundamentally, and see what's going on in the news, because the market right now is extremely news driven. One tweet can send it tanking, one tweet can send it spiking. And that's one of the things that we have to pay attention to, close attention to this coming week. We got to see what Monday holds after that seesaw day. Now, if you zoom out, we're still down. If you zoom out over the last 2 weeks to a month, we're still down, especially a month, we are still down. Do it for the S&P and the NASDAQ. We're still down. So some are rejoicing that you're up, but overall, you've been losing money, even if you just haven't bought any dips. Overall, we're still down, good people. And so sometimes we get caught up in the micro movements and we don't have a macro outlook of the market, right? And so I don't want some of my money back. I want it all back. And so I will tell you that, especially if you're doing options, if you're skilled, you're making good money because we have these spikes, especially if you're playing the spies and the Qs. But if you panic sold in the middle of the day, then you lost money because it turned around and recovered, right? And so this is not a time for panic. This is a time for preparation. To me, this is the time to look for opportunity. Every dip is not a dip buying opportunity. I've bought dips and it dipped lower. But then I've bought some dips. We did some buying on Friday and it dipped. We did some buying on Thursday. Friday it dipped lower. But the purchases that we made were we actually made money because by Friday evening, it was the plays that we made were all higher than where we bought them on Thursday. Follow? So I keep saying, I didn't make this phrase up. When in doubt, zoom out. Now, if you ever had to exercise some patience, it is now. And what I would say is don't try to load up on the penny stock, the BBAIs, and the low cap, the APLDs, and those. They're going to get in a range where you can buy them. But what I would be doing right now is looking at the very long-term plays, the ones that you're underweight. And I would consider doing a broadening out and not having everything tied to AI and or crypto. Again, if you're in strategy, Bitmine, Mara, Riot, Hut 8, and then all of the Bitcoin and Hood and Coin, right? Then that's all you have is crypto. No, I got these stocks, Larry. No, that's all you got is crypto because the stock that you have are tied to crypto. So when crypto tanks and you're going, why am my stock tanking? Because your stock are tied to crypto, okay? Now, I'm not talking about crypto. I'm just talking about the stock market. At the end of this video, because I got a lot to talk about, at some point you're going to see a video come up in your upper right-hand corner. We're going to touch on crypto in that video, but right now I'm just talking about the stock market, okay? So again, I'm going to say this again because I believe it's true yet again. I would not look at the pre-markets tonight, Sunday night. If it's up, I wouldn't trust it. If it's down, I wouldn't trust it. And by Monday morning, an hour before the market opens, whatever the stock market is, I wouldn't trust it. I believe that there's going to be more chop, okay? And I said this on last Sunday, and it proved to be exactly correct. Now, I just believe it's just going to be a little choppy, and we can't control it. If it's not, I'll be glad. So this is not a promise. I'm saying it could, and just be prepared. That's all. And being prepared is not panic selling and not taking all your money and buying the first dip either. Okay. Sometimes the best trade you can make is just sitting still. Now, I'm going to talk about some things, but my inspiration is going to be in a video that's going to come later on Larry Jones TV. This poor woman,
I could have hit her.
That was laying in the street.
Just laying in the street,
passed out. She was high.
Are you okay?
At first, she wasn't moving. I started.
What happened to you?
You never know what. I wasn't trying to expose this woman, but you never know what to expect. And then another gentleman came from the other side, an African gentleman, and I asked him to put his car on one side. I put my car on the other side, and we put our emergency blinkers on. Called the police. Thank God they came. And usually when you call them for an incident like that, they got 1,000 questions and they're not sending anybody. And this woman came this close to being killed. And 2 lives would have been wrecked. Her life and my life. Because just having that mental thought that you ran over someone is just mentally abusive. And I'm going to tell you guys, she was high on drugs. She was shot all up on drugs, you could tell. And when I finally got her to move, as you can see in the video, I said, honey, we got to get you out of the street. And she took like 10 steps and then fell back down in the grass. So I'm staying on there. I was on my way to get my hair cut, and which I haven't gotten it yet. And I ain't gonna lie, I was shaking because I came this close to hitting that poor woman, because I'm driving towards the sun and the sun is in my eyes. So it just looks like, she just looked like a piece of cardboard. And when I got closer, I'm like, oh my God, this is a person. And I was going around and I was slowing down, making sure no one's behind me. I'm slowing down, and I noticed it was a full-grown person. And I just wanted to say, I don't care how bad you got it. Someone else has it worse. Someone else has it worse. She was lying in the street like a dying dog. And this is a full-grown person. This is a child of God. This is somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, somebody's niece. And it just looks very bad for her. And then the police came, and then he relieved me. I'm like, anything I could do? He's like, no, you go. And I was like, can I do something for her? I'm like, nope, just go. So I just want you guys to know this. Thanksgiving is coming up. My mom passed the day before Thanksgiving, and my family was planning funerals. We were planning a funeral the day before Thanksgiving, 2019. A lot of people don't have anybody they can lean on. A lot of people don't have any loved ones. A lot of people are having negative thoughts around the holidays. Number 1, count your blessings. Number 2, go check on people. Please go check on people. My first thought is, where's her family? Where's her loved ones? And she could have burned them all. I know about substance abuse, okay? Not personally, but I've dealt with people with substance abuse, and I got friends and families that have dealt with people with substance abuse. But this is a child of God. This is a child of God. And I'm telling you that right now, this money that we are going to continue to get, we need to deploy some of this money. And I'm looking to do some more things. I do things that I don't talk about, that I just don't talk about. But I'm looking to do some more. And my income has had a big pullback this year from my businesses. It wasn't like last year. And then even with you guys, my what YouTube pays for these commercials is just way back, pulled way back from what it used to be. But I'm not looking at that as an excuse to go forward and do some things and spend some money, not just time, but some money on other people, feeding other people, helping other people during this time in Christmas. So I encourage you guys to think about that. Regardless of this market, you still press that button in your car. Some of you put the keys in your car. It's still turned on. You still have a roof over your head. You still got lights, phone, gas. You're watching me on cell phones. You're watching me on computers. And some people have nothing. And so just remember this. On your worst day, someone would give a limb to be in your shoes. You are blessed. Count your blessings, but be a blessing to somebody else. I don't care how bad they look. I don't care how bad they've been. They are a child of God. They were created. And it's our job to take care and look after other people, right? I'm gonna leave it right there, good people. There may be a video that comes up. There's 2 links below. Stock Up You, coupon code LEARN, and then money moves, where we are resetting and just getting set for what's to come. Because if you go to the S&P or the NASDAQ and zoom out, every time you see a dip like we're going through right now, you zoom out, you just see that it was a buying opportunity. It wasn't a time to panic at all. It was a time to find money and just disperse it into good stocks and good companies at the proper time. I'm going to continue to help you guys out with that to the best of my ability. I love you guys. Okay, man, we got to look out for one another. I love each and every one of you, and nothing you can do about it, right? Even the haters, I love you too, because it's my charge. I love you guys. Live, love, laugh, and learn.